What's up, guys? Wiggy here, WCFNation.com. About ready to head out to the gym for another workout, but before I do, I wanted to crank out a quick value video for you. Now, about a week ago, my buddy Jason hits me up looking for some advice on pull-ups. Now, if you've seen a lot of the programs I put together, you see that pull-ups are, I'm a big fan. I think every dude should be able to do pull-ups. I couldn't do them. I told this story in emails and stuff like this before, but I couldn't do pull-ups when I was younger. The whole PE class deal, and it was, because I was weak and super overweight and blah, 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 and it was kind of traumatic for me, because I was the one kid that couldn't even, budge, So whenever I got to a point when I started working out that I was going to eventually be able to do pull-ups, and I was never not going to be able to do them again, so it's kind of a big thing for me. Anyway, long side story. They're in, most of my work, almost all my workouts. And what you see a lot is I'll just say do 50 reps. Just do 50 total pull-ups. And Jason had actually seen another article I'd put out that mentioned something kind of similar. And he was basically wanting to know what sort of set and rep scheme, did it really matter? We're, 5 sets of 5, or just crank out as many as you could, or what? And, that's a question I get all the time with the workouts I have, because, or that I put out in my programs. I'll say, this exercise, do this many sets and reps or whatever. But with pull-ups, by and large, I always just say, do 50 reps. And the reason why is because I don't care. It doesn't matter what set and rep scheme. For something like pull-ups, for most of us, the volume is going to be what does the work. It's not going to matter, how many sets and reps or whatever, so you could do, if you're doing 50 pull-ups, you could do 5 sets of 10, 10 sets of 5, 6 sets of 8, plus a couple. You could rep out as many as you can in a row and just keep repeating that until you hit 50 total, whatever. In the end, because, I always have pull-ups on my upper body workouts. You could do them, all by themselves. What I do in my own personal workouts and what I recommend to a lot of guys as well is to, mix them with your upper body work. So let's say do a set of push press, then go do a set of pull-ups, another set of push press, then go do a set of pull-ups. You could do the same thing with, dips or bench press or, any upper body pushing movement. If you want to mix them like that, that's fine. If you want to do them all by themselves, just do them until they're done. That's fine too. There's no real wrong way to do them. Just do your 50 reps. Don't worry about the sets and reps. Now, there's only 3 caveats to that. Number 1, if you're on a very specific pull-up program to improve your pull-ups, and so you have a very specific prescription of sets and reps, or times you're supposed to do stuff, whatever. There is a link to a program below, but only check it out if radically increasing your pull-ups is a thing. So there's that. If you're doing a very specially dedicated pull-up program. Otherwise, if you're just doing pull-ups as a part of your other workouts, regardless of what the goals are, the only 2 caveats to that are, if you can't do 50 pull-ups, you're not strong enough, or you weigh too much, whatever. Then what I tell guys to do is to do as many pull-ups as you can. Again, whatever set and rep scheme you want, doesn't matter. Do as many pull-ups as you can, and then switch to what I call our body rows, or inverted push-ups, hanging from a bar in a power rack or a TRX or rings, an inverted row, whatever you want to call it. Switch to those, after you've done as many pull-ups as you can. The other caveat is that if you can do all 50 pull-ups in 3 sets or less, then add weight. And then when you add the weight, just go back to the standard 50 pull-ups in totality, whatever set and rep scheme you want. So that's it for this value video. Apply that to your pull-ups, and it'll work. It's what I've done for years and years and years. It works for me, works for lots of other guys. If you've got any questions, let me know. Shoot me an email. And if you've got any ideas or topics that you want me to cover on video, let me know that so I can put those together for you as well. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Train hard, rest hard, play hard.